Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about personal finance and personal development. And in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through step by step on how to create your very first online course. In this video, we'll be covering how to pick your course idea, how to validate your course idea, how to outline, film, and edit your course, and finally, how to pick the perfect hosting platform for your course. I'm also excited to announce that in this video, I'm partnering up with Graphy, and Graphy is an online hosting platform that offers great tools for online course creators and coaches, but more on this later. All right, so you want to create an online course. Where do you start? So step number one, you want to figure out what you want to make a course about. If you're kind of struggling in this area, let's start with figuring out what you're good at. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, I'm not really good at anything. I'm not really an expert. I don't have any certifications. I don't have enough experience. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You don't really need to be an expert or have a PhD in a certain field in order to share valuable information with the world. All you need to do is to think of things that you know better than an average person, something that you're passionate about, or something you can talk about nonstop for free. Do some brainstorming and write down 3 to 5 course ideas. So next thing that you want to do is to validate your idea. Now, this is very important because while you might be passionate about a specific topic, you want to make sure that there's enough demand on the market because ultimately you want to create a course that will sell. So here are some tips on how you can validate your course idea. So first thing that you can do is you can go on Google Trends and search the topic of your course and see if that's something that people have been actively searching lately, to see if that's something that people are interested in. You can also go on YouTube, which is, again, we all know it's owned by Google and it's the second largest search engine out there. So once you search a topic and see the results, that should give you a pretty good idea if that's something that people, have been interested in recently. And if you have access to online marketplaces like Udemy and Skillshare or Skill Success, you can also go there, search the topic, and see if that's something that people have been actively enrolling in. Now, when it comes to your topic, I do recommend niching down in order to stay competitive in the market. So for example, if you are passionate about photography and want to make a course about photography, you don't want to make a general course just because, first of all, there's a lot to cover when it comes to photography. Second of all, there's just too much content available out there that teaches people how to take photos. What you want to do is kind of like pick a specific niche within photography. So for example, you can make a course about food photography, which, would cater to a lot of restaurant owners or any photographers who want to get into that niche. But you also don't want to niche down too much to where there's not enough demand. So for example, iPhone food photography for sugar cookies or something. I hope this makes sense. All right, so once you figure out what you want to make a course about, it's time to start outlining your course. Outlines are great because they will help you to figure out how you want to structure the information in your course in the way that makes sense to your audience. Another reason why outlines are great is because they will automatically let you break your course down into multiple sections, so modules or lectures, whatever you want to call them, and maybe create like bite-sized shorter videos, so shorter lectures. I personally recommend keeping your lessons under 10 minutes because we all know people have a very short attention span nowadays. I also highly recommend making your course as interactive as possible. So it's not a bad idea to implement things like quizzes, worksheets, maybe even like projects if that's applicable, because you do want your students to be able to retain and apply the knowledge that they're learning. Now, once you're done with your course outline or your course script, it's time to start filming, which is the fun part. All right, let's talk about equipment. So you really don't need anything super fancy to film your course. I know plenty of people who film their courses just by using the webcam on their laptops. You can also use your phone. We all know smartphones have really good cameras nowadays. So I have some pretty affordable lights, but you can also just use natural light. And the only piece of equipment that I would recommend investing in is a decent microphone. So I mentioned in one of my previous videos, the microphone that I'm using is pretty affordable. I think it's only around like $35. But yeah, audio is a little bit more important when you're filming educational content. So there are different options on how you can structure your video. So you can do a direct-to-camera format like we're doing right now. You can also do like a slideshow or like a demo and do a voiceover. Or you can also do a talking head format just like I'm doing right now using tools like Loom. It just all depends on how you want to structure your lectures. And a very quick reminder that if you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure to hit that like button because it really helps small YouTubers like myself. So yeah, just hit that like button. Okay, so the next step is editing. There's a lot of information on how to edit your videos out there on the internet, so I'm not going to dive into too much detail on that, but again, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my course, and that's what I use to edit most of my videos. But you can also use tools like iMovie and, other beginner-friendly tools. Alright, so once you finished your course, it's finally time to figure out where you want to host your course. So having a great hosting platform is very important. I mean, you can choose to just download your course and send it out as a file. You can do that, but I personally don't think that's like the best way to do it, especially with how much technology is available out there. So yeah, my recommendation would be uploading your course on a course hosting platform. So if you are in a situation where you already have an audience, so you're very determined about, building an audience and building an email list, you might want to consider platforms like Teachable or Kajabi, or the sponsor of today's video, Graphy. So yeah, let's talk about Graphy today. So what is great about platforms like Graphy is that you have full control over your price and your audience. So first of all, they do have a free plan / free trial if you are a beginner and not sure if you're going to be making enough sales to cover the subscription fee. So the second thing I like about them is that they're very user-friendly. I have uploaded and sold my course on multiple platforms before, and I would say out of all the platforms that I tried, they're probably the most user-friendly. I would say they do have like a very high quality and very user-friendly UI. They also just have an amazing customer service. I remember when I was uploading a course, I had a quick question and all I had to do is just type up my question into the chat box, and literally within like 30 seconds, I was connected with a real human being who helped me right away and, sent all the useful links and information, which I really appreciated because if you are anything like me, I just really hate being on hold on the phone with customer service reps, or even worse, like I just can't stand when I have to talk to a chatbot that usually has no idea what I'm talking about. So yeah, the customer service is definitely something that I love about them. Probably the most important thing that I need to mention about Graphy is that unlike platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, and some of the other platforms that I mentioned before, you are able to collect your students' emails on Graphy. We all know that building an email list is very important because, if one day all of these platforms just went away, if all your social media platforms went away, you still want to have an email list in order to be able to sell your products and services. So on your Graphy dashboard, you can look up your student emails. You can also export those email addresses and send automatic updates, which is really awesome because that means that you don't have to use any third-party platforms, which can get pretty pricey. So another cool feature that is covered is that Graphy allows you to upload files directly from your Google Drive. If you're anything like me, I personally never have enough storage on my computer, so I have to store a lot of my files on my Google Drive, and it can be really annoying to have to download all your files and then upload them on a hosting platform. So uploading things directly from my Google Drive definitely saved me a lot of time. Oh, and something I forgot to mention, Graphy also allows you to build your own phone app. What? I have never heard of this before. None of the platforms that I personally used before have that capability. I'm personally not quite there yet, but if you already do have a big established brand and you do want to take it further in your business and create your own app, they will help you to do that. you can create a white label app, meaning that, they will not have Graphy logos on there. It's going to be your logos, your branding, it's pretty much just going to look like your company created that app, even though it is kind of created and hosted by Graphy, which again, that's so cool. Graphy also allows you to build your own landing page / your own website, and they also offer you free design templates in case, you're not that big into design. And when it comes to the websites, they also completely white labeled, meaning that it's just your logo and your branding on the website. So they also do have a quiz builder and some of the other tools that you can use to make your course more interactive, like I mentioned earlier in this video. But then, if you already kind of created your own worksheets and quizzes before, like I did, you can also upload them to each lecture as PDF files, which is what I did here. Those of you guys who love doing live streams or webinars, Graphy also allows you to schedule live sessions. And when you're doing live classes through Graphy, you automatically get access to a Zoom account, which also means that you get access to tools like virtual polls to keep your audience more engaged. And then you can also do things like virtual whiteboards, which is really cool, especially if you're trying to do any live demonstrations or if you're trying to sketch something out. So that's a really cool feature. And finally, they also have a blog section, which can really help you with your SEO. If you like writing blog posts or repurpose some of your content, just like I do on my website, this could be a really cool feature for you and something that will help you to appear higher in search when somebody's searching for something that is similar to the topic of your course. Okay, let's talk about the financial side of it, because this is a personal finance channel. So when it comes to pricing, Graphy gives you full control over your course prices. Unlike some other platforms where they kind of run a lot of sales and sometimes sell your course for like a fraction of the original price, or some platforms where you get paid per minute watch, which can really affect your earnings. So for a course creator like myself, having control over my pricing definitely makes a huge difference. And if you wanted to, change the price, or if you wanted to run like sales and promotions, you can also create coupons so you can then be sharing with your audience. When it comes to the subscription pricing, I think it's very competitive to the market, and I think they have a lot of value to offer. So they offer all kinds of plans. They have free trials. You can do a monthly plan. You can do an annual plan. Graphy is kindly offering my subscribers 20% off of the annual subscription. You can use the code ChristinaM3, which I'll also include in the description down below. And that is pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you planning on making a course about, because I would love to learn more. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below as well. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, because it really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!